This episode is brought to you by the Deeper Christian Life Network. The Deeper Christian Life Network is an online network designed for mentoring and connection among those who want to deepen their spiritual walk. The network includes exclusive masterclasses that you can take at your own pace and much more. The masterclasses are conference messages based on themes and or letters in the New Testament that cannot be accessed anywhere else. The network opens up for registration periodically throughout the year. Go to thedeeperchristianlife.com and check out samples and join the wait list if you're interested. Thank you for joining us again for another edition of the Christ is All podcast. If you're new to the podcast, we have over 160 episodes. I would encourage you to go back and listen to all of them. Each episode does something very different, but I think they will be well worth your time. That is based on the testimonies that people continue to send. Today is going to be a short episode. A friend of mine asked me to create an audio where I share 2 to 3 minutes on what is burdening my heart, what I feel the Lord is showing me, what He's putting on my heart. And so that's what you're going to hear now. If you have any questions at all about what I'm going to be sharing, what you will be hearing in the next 2 to 3 minutes, shoot me an email, frank@frankviola.com. Brian asked me to share that which comes to the forefront has to do with mentoring and masterminds. If we look at the ministry of Jesus, we see that He had a certain model of raising up disciples. The first tier was His ministry to the masses, and He gave general ministry to the multitudes. The second tier was His ministry to the 70 disciples who He sent out on a specific mission. The third tier was His ministry to the 12, and to that group, He shared the mysteries of the kingdom. There were also some women who were a part of the 12. Luke calls them the women, and it was probably between 4 and 7 women. And then the fourth tier was the smallest of all. It was made up of three of the 12 disciples, Peter, James, and John. Now, that leads me to this idea of masterminds. The Christian camp is routinely behind the ball when it comes to creativity, effectiveness, conversions to its cause, etc. And there is something known as a mastermind, which is really built on scriptural principles, but Christian leaders, for the most part, have no idea what it is. It falls into this category of the various tiers, and Jesus' ministry to the 12 and to the 3 fit in nicely with the concept of masterminds. Every year I do a mastermind called the Insurgents Experience. It's designed for Christian leaders. If you're interested in checking it out, just go to ministrymind.org. But this is what's been on my heart, is the fact that the model that Jesus exemplified in raising up the next generation and passing the baton on is rarely observed today. And this concept of a mentoring mastermind is totally foreign to most Christians. And so I would say it's a burden on my heart to get that message out.